What is love without sacrifice? In the small village of Lumai, nestled between the rolling hills of rural Africa, a young girl named Nene lived a simple life with her grandmother, Oma. Nene's parents had passed away when she was just a baby, and Oma had raised her as her own. Despite the hardships, Nene grew up to be a bright and curious girl, with a heart full of love for her community. As Nene approached her 18th birthday, the village elder, Chief Ejiofor, announced that the village would be hosting a grand festival to celebrate the harvest season. The villagers were overjoyed, and Nene couldn't wait to participate in the festivities. But amidst the excitement, a severe drought had begun to affect the land. Crops were withering, and the villagers were struggling to find food and water. Chief Ejiofor called upon the villagers to come together and find a solution. Nene, determined to help, approached her grandmother with an idea. "Oma, I want to go to the city and find work to support our village. I can send back money and help us through this difficult time." Oma's eyes filled with concern. "Nene, it's not safe for a young girl like you to go alone. The city is full of dangers." But Nene was resolute. She had heard of a wealthy businessman in the city who was known for helping rural communities. She was determined to find him and ask for his assistance. With a small bag packed and a determined heart, Nene bid farewell to Oma and set off on her journey. The city was overwhelming, but she persevered, asking for directions and seeking out the businessman. Finally, after days of searching, Nene found herself standing in front of the businessman's office building. She took a deep breath, smoothed out her dress, and stepped inside. The businessman, Mr. Thompson, was taken aback by Nene's determination. He listened to her story and was moved by her selflessness. He agreed to help the village, but on one condition: Nene would have to work for him for a year, and all her earnings would go towards supporting her village. Nene agreed, knowing that this was an opportunity to save her community. She worked hard, learning new skills and sending every penny she earned back to Lumai. As the months passed, Nene's village began to flourish. Crops grew, and the villagers had enough food and water. But Nene faced many challenges in the city, from long hours to loneliness. Despite the hardships, Nene's love for her community kept her going. She thought of Oma's words: "Love is not just a feeling, but a choice. It's choosing to put others before yourself, even when it's hard." After a year, Nene returned to Lumai, tired but proud. The villagers welcomed her back with open arms, and Chief Ejiofor thanked her for her sacrifice. Nene's story spread throughout the land, inspiring others to put their communities first. And Nene lived the rest of her life knowing that she had made a difference, and that love had guided her every step of the way. The lesson Nene learned was that true love requires sacrifice, but the rewards are immeasurable. She realized that by putting others before herself, she had found a sense of purpose and fulfillment that she never thought possible. And so, Nene's story became a beacon of hope for generations to come, reminding everyone that love, sacrifice, and determination can overcome even the greatest challenges. As Nene settled back into village life, she was greeted as a hero. The villagers would often gather around her, listening in awe as she shared stories of her adventures in the city. But amidst the praise and adoration, Nene couldn't shake off the feeling of emptiness. She had sacrificed so much for her community, and yet, she felt like she had missed out on so much of her own life. One day, while walking through the village, Nene stumbled upon a small, dusty bookshop. She pushed open the door, and the familiar scent of old books wafted out. The owner, an elderly man named Mr. Okeke, looked up from behind the counter and smiled. "Oh, Nene. I've been expecting you. I've got just the thing for a young woman like you." As Nene browsed the shelves, she stumbled upon a collection of poetry books. She opened one, and the words of a famous poet leapt off the page: "What lies within us is greater than what lies before us." Nene felt a pang in her chest. She had always been driven by a sense of duty, but now she wondered, What about her own dreams? Over the next few weeks, Nene found herself returning to the bookshop again and again. Mr. Okeke would share stories of the world beyond Lumai, and Nene would listen, entranced. She began to realize that she had been so focused on helping others that she had forgotten about her own aspirations. One day, Nene sat down and began to write. Words flowed onto the page, a mix of poetry and prose. She wrote about her experiences, her hopes, and her fears. As she wrote, she felt a sense of liberation wash over her. Nene's writing became an outlet for her emotions, a way to process the complexities of her life. She wrote about the sacrifices she had made, the regrets she had accumulated, and the hopes she still held on to. As the words poured out, Nene felt a sense of healing take place. She realized that it was okay to have regrets, but it was not okay to let them define her. She had made choices, and those choices had led her to where she was today. Nene's story wasn't over yet. She still had chapters to write, and she was determined to make them count. With a newfound sense of purpose, Nene looked out at the horizon, the sun rising over the hills, casting a golden glow over the landscape. The lesson Nene learned was that it's never too late to pursue your dreams, and that regrets can be a catalyst for growth. She realized that life is a journey, not a destination, and that every step forward is a step towards hope and possibility. And so, Nene's story continues, a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the human spirit. For in the end, it's not about the sacrifices we make, but about the hope we hold on to, and the dreams we dare to chase. As Nene's writing flourished, she began to share her work with others. She self-published a collection of her stories and poems, and to her surprise, they were well received. The book started to circulate in local schools and book clubs, and soon, word of her writing spread beyond Lumai. One day, Nene received a call from the principal of a prestigious school in the city. Miss Nene, we've been reading your books in our literature class, and we're blown away by your talent. Our students are inspired by your story, and we'd like to invite you to speak at our annual literary festival. Nene was hesitant at first, but the principal's enthusiasm was infectious. She agreed to attend, and soon found herself standing on stage, facing a sea of bright-eyed students. Among the audience was a young girl named Adis, the daughter of a wealthy businessman. Adis was captivated by Nene's story, and as she listened, she felt a sense of connection she had never felt before. After the event, Adis approached Nene, tears in her eyes. "Your story is my story," she said. "I've always felt like there's more to life than just wealth and privilege. I want to make a difference, just like you do." Nene was touched by Adis' words, and the two began to talk. As they spoke, Nene learned that Adis' father, Mr. Okoro, was an influential man with a passion for philanthropy. A few weeks later, Nene received a call from Mr. Okoro himself. "Nene, I've heard so much about you from my daughter. I'd like to meet with you to discuss a potential partnership. I believe your work can make a real impact, and I'd like to support you." Nene was intrigued. She met with Mr. Okoro, and they discussed ways to amplify her message and reach a wider audience. Mr. Okoro offered to fund her projects, and Nene found herself with the resources to pursue her dreams. With Mr. Okoro's support, Nene's writing career took off. Her books were published widely, and she became a celebrated author. She used her platform to advocate for women's empowerment and education, and her work inspired countless people. As Nene's profile grew, so did her personal life. She met new people, made new friends, and even started to explore romantic relationships. She found love with a kind and supportive partner, and together, they built a life filled with purpose and joy. Nene's story had come full circle. She had once sacrificed her dreams for her community, but now she was living her dreams, and her community was benefiting from her success. She had found a way to balance her personal aspirations with her desire to make a difference, and she was thriving. The lesson Nene learned was that success is not a zero-sum game. By pursuing her own dreams, she was able to make a greater impact on the world around her. She realized that her story was still being written, and she was excited to see what the future held. Years later, Nene looked back on her journey, and she knew that she had made the right choices. She had found a way to combine her passion for writing with her desire to make a difference, and she had inspired countless people along the way. Nene's story was a testament to the power of perseverance, determination, and the human spirit. Nene's story is a powerful reminder that our lives are full of possibilities and potential. She showed us that with determination and hard work, we can overcome obstacles and achieve our dreams. But more than that, she taught us that true fulfillment comes from living a life of purpose and meaning. As you reflect on your own life, remember that it's never too late to pursue your passions and make a difference in the world. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back from chasing your dreams. You have a unique gift to offer, and the world needs more people like you who are willing to take risks and follow their hearts. Nene's story is a testament to the power of resilience and perseverance. Despite facing challenges and setbacks, she never gave up on her dreams. And in the end, she found success and fulfillment beyond her wildest imagination. So I want to leave you with a challenge today. What's holding you back from living the life you truly want? What's stopping you from pursuing your dreams? Take that first step today, and watch how your life can change. And if Nene's story has inspired you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others, and let's spread the message of hope and encouragement. Like, comment, subscribe, and share our stories to get more inspiring tales like Nene's. Together, we can build a community that uplifts and supports one another. Let's do this.